This is Nick from Dynamic Fitness and Strength. Today we're going to go over power cleans and the power clean process. Working on power cleans, what we're looking to do is establish core power, good posture change throughout the movement, and we want to work the ability to explode up and transfer your momentum into the actual lift, to be able to build power and strength, not only in your legs, but mostly coming from your hips and stabilizing your body with your abs, and then being able to use your mid-back and able to throw the weight up and transfer that over into explosiveness. Alright, so going into a clean, we're going to have the same foot positioning. I'm going to go a slight bit wider in my stance, but I'm going to turn my toes out slightly. So my toes will be slightly turned out. What this is going to allow is for my knees to track outward instead of being tracked in. And once they're turned in, you create a torque within your knees. We want to let them track out a little bit for the catch. So on a clean, the biggest thing you want to remember is to focus on pulling the weight into you and squeezing your butt to drive the weight up. We're not throwing the weight. The goal isn't to just throw the weight up. The goal is to try to be able to guide it up your body, thrust the weight, so you hit it with your body, you change the momentum, and you catch the bar. Hand positioning, again, preference. If you have lower flexibility, so the ability to get your wrist down and to catch it on your shoulders on the front part, is going to determine your tricep flexibility as well as your serratus and your lat. If all of that is tight, get a little bit wider in your position. If you have flexibility, you want to stay inside and get those elbows driven up throughout the motion. We're going to start off with the first phase, which is going to be the lift phase. I'm going to break it into a couple phases so you can see the difference. First one is going to just be the lift part. The variation in this is we are going to be both overhand grip. We're not going to do an alternating grip. We're going to go overhand. We're going to go slightly wider than we did on a deadlift. Get into position, same type of flat back, butt out backwards, knees back behind the bar. You want to be looking straight, almost 5 or 6 feet in front of you. You start to look up too far and you crank your neck. We want to look 5 or 6 feet in front of you. That first position is going to be to pull backwards in my shoulders. So I'm going to pull here and shrug a little bit first, but I want to maintain a straight back. As I start to come up, my body's still back. The second position comes from here, when you're going to track forward and you're going to drive the bar off of your legs. Now what you'll see a lot of people do is they'll track the bar forward and they'll have to try and reach out to it. That's where you're going to throw your shoulders out and you're going to be falling forward throughout the motion. Pull the bar into you and drive it up and off. So this is where your traps take over. You don't want to shrug up either because now the bar is going to go out in front of me. I want to pull back and up. Okay, that's going to pull it back into me to let it nice and easily just glide right onto my chest. Then once you have that pull and squeeze, shrug your elbows as high as you can get them. This is going to get the weight to come upward. So once I have that initial drive, that's where your power comes from. Change in momentum, and then a catch. Okay, and when I catch, I'm just going to sit and drop. Catch, solid. I'm not going too low. My low back isn't going to bend. Elbows are up. Stand through the heels. Safely drop the weight. Get underneath it again. We're going to change momentum. Catch. Okay? I don't want it to literally sit on my shoulders. I don't want to hold it out here. If your flexibility isn't good enough to let it catch, you're going to want to work on that flexibility before you go any further with the motion.